Well, how do you do, everybody? I got a big rivalry game between the new Trier Trevians and the Evanston Wildkits. Boy, we've had a lot of these, and each one of them has a uniqueness to it. New Trier and Evanston have met over 100 years of rivalry between the two. Numbered years, the battle, whether or not you have a successful season has been whether or not you win a game like this. Trevians won the opening tip. Canelos, Smith, Vegan, to Van Gorp outside, going for the three. Switchery for three by Kobe Smith. This is a year that's on paper lopsided in Trevian's favor, but stranger things have been known to happen. There have been years when, I think back in like 99, 2000, New Trier was lopsided paper, came in here and the shot blocked here by, it was Van Gorp with the shot blocked. But, 2000, the 99-2000 year, New Trier with three D1 athletes and the IHSA all over New Trier on that particular year over what they perceived as a recruiting violation, which wasn't, but another story. And Van Gorp puts it home for the deuce. Came in here, a New Trier odds-on favorite. Sure enough, Evanston won it. They went back to New Trier, and New Trier won by 20 or something, 15 or 20. Very lopsided game. Trevians inbound. Vegan. Bring it across the timeline. Vegan. Canelos to Feller. Back to Canelos. Smith. Vegan. Scoops it up and in for the deuce. Early on in the going here. Stolen. Vegan. And dished it off, but actually it was a foul in there. And Jake Vegan will go to the line for deuce. Full house, of course. New Trier and Evanston playing in the pit. Jake gets the first. Like I said, it been a lot of storied games between the two. Got the second. Baseline, back up top. And the shot a heavy. Canelos. Going the back door, and that was blocked. But a fall in there. And Jake Fegan looks like he's going to go to the line here for Duke. Hope you enjoy our broadcast wherever you may be on the network line. Jake makes the first. This is our 37th year, 36th year doing the video for high school sports. Vegan gets one or two. But our heading to our 54th year of high school sports. The shot is up and heavy. Put back is good for the deuce. Everyone's laughing now, show my age, because like the coaches talk to me about, you know, the kids ask about the players and to the coaches, you know, well, when did you play and whatever, and I cornered them and I go, well, I remember him playing. I covered him when he played for people like Coach Brenner, Coach Bellotti. Trevians lead 10-2 here early in the going. So many of the coaches and players and whatever that are now legends, you know, I covered. This game is the Bob Bost game, and I go back to coaching with Boss for a number of years. He's a pretty good high school baseball player. I've got a video of him up on the internet. Bob Boss playing a basketball for ETHS. There's the deuce. Feller with the basket. Ball. Canelos dished it off up top. Van Gorp fed it back out to Feller. And a little run and gun, no, but the putback, count it. Don't count it because it's a foul. And Kobe Smith will go to the line. Missed the first. Ian Brown checks in for the Trevians. And Smith with the free throw. Yeah, whistle and a foul off the ball here. Inbounded. And up and in for the deuce. Smith to Feller. And Fegan tried for the shot. Nope. Coming back the other way. Up and no block, but the foul on Fegan. Two-shot foul. And lucky bounce, got the first. Few substitutions for the Wildkits and the Trevians. Leading this one, now Trevian's going to make quickie substitution. Yoshitani coming in for Smith. Second meeting of the year. Trevians won the first one. That was the game at Welsh Ryan. Feller gave it off to Canelos. Fegan, Feller, Canelos, Yoshitani, Feller, and took the shot. No, but it didn't matter. And Finnerty checks in for the Trevians. Wildkits up top, going for the three. No. Driving with the rebound. Canelos. And he lost the handle. Coming back. First quarter action. And the deuce. And the Wildcats have made a little bit of a run here. Typical Trevian first quarter here. A little bit slow. Even though they scored a quick 10 points here, it's really been kind of a slow quarter. Canelos gave it off. Up and in for the deuce and count it. And the foul. And Jake Fegan goes to the line. Couple of substitutions thrown around. Smith checks back in. For the Trebs. And a three-point play. And Fegan will check out. And Will Lemaster checks back in. Or checks in for the Trevians. As we come to the waning stages of the first quarter here. Across the timeline. Up top. On the rotation. Tried to run and gun and no. And they're calling a foul in there, I guess. And two-shot foul. Got the first. Canelos checks back in for the Trevians. And Jake Fegan also checking back in. 20 plus seconds left to play in the first quarter and missed the second. Canelos. Yoshitani. Canelos. Fegan. Fegan. Tried to drive, no. And it's a foul, but it's not a shooting foul. It was on the floor. And the Trevians will inbound with about 3 seconds plus left to play here in the quarter. Inbounded. I guess it's more than that. The shot, good. At the buzzer. Yoshitani with the shot. And we're done with the first quarter. Trevians lead by 4 as we start the second quarter, and the Wildcats inbound. Through the legs, but I'm not sure why the whistle. It wasn't a foul. Anyway, Wildcats with the ball, maybe kicked. Makes sense. Up top, going for the 3. Missed everything. Kick back out, and that missed. Well, nice job of saving it, but you got to save it to somebody on your team. Didn't quite do that. Trevians on the inbound. Finnerty, or make that Canelos trying for the pass to Van Gorp on the back door. That didn't quite find its mark. And the fadeaway, nope. Well, like and subscribe to our broadcasts on YouTube. Logan Feller gave it off to Canelos, back to Feller, back to Canelos. Smith, far side. And the shot and the deuce by Fegan. Tried to drive in the lane and got fouled. Now, Beardsley Gym is well populated tonight. Shots heavy on the first one. And missed the second as well. Trevians. With the basketball. Trevians have a game tomorrow in real time, a zigzag play. And given away to the Wildcats. Trevians cross the border to Wisconsin. Play Lakeside Lutheran. Highly regarded Wisconsin team. last couple of years. In fact, there was 1 year here in that border war between Illinois and Wisconsin, where the Wisconsin player teams refused to play New Trier. They were too good. Didn't want to play them. I want to say that was 2008, 2018, 2019. So it was 2018, I think that was that group. You know, they exchanged the videos, and the coaches that had, a couple of the coaches that had saw the videos of New Trier, and I said, no, they're too good. I'm not going to play them. And understandable, because those border war games are totally meaningless. There's a shot no by Fegan, up and in for the deuce. Already, I'm talking to the people in Wisconsin, and they're saying, well, Lakeside, even though they're a great, quote unquote, they're a great team, they have some players that are going to be missing, quote unquote. You play the game, whatever it is, with whoever you've got. Canelos. Smith, the side, back up top to Canelos. Canelos, give it off Fegan. Fegan, back up top, rotation to the corner, going for the three, and air ball, missed everything. And then a little case of not being able to control the ball, and the Trevians will still have it in their own attack zone. The inbound Canelos. Dished it back up top. Smith. Nope, heavy. Trevians have run into a little bit of a dead spot scoring here. The run in the shot short. A little bit of intensity here. Foul. And it's Trevians basketball. Fegan got fouled. I guess we're in the modus. So Fegan should get the shot here on the 1-and-1. Got the first. And one of the problems in playing games like this, rivalry game, big crowd, sometimes players play to the crowd, not to their style of play that they're supposed to be playing. Look for style points, things like that. Up top, into the paint, took the shot, managed to get it. Canelos. Gave it off, up top, Smith. Rotation by the Trevians. Fegan. And Ian Brown with the shot, and that missed everything. Kicked back out top. Canelos. Try again for the three, and again missed. I'd like to see a lot more work on it inside here instead of trying for those three shots. I mean, that's my own personal. I find it funny because in the days when everyone was talking about the slam jam as being so important, those years in the 70s and early 80s, and Coach Sheets was very upset with players that tried for this style point on the slam jam. One of the coaches in that group, and I forget which one it was, actually would bench a kid that would try for those. Going for the three, no. Put back, it's good by Jake Fegan. Was it Mel Sheets? No, it wasn't. Maybe it was Mel in those days. I don't remember. Very upset with the style points of the slam jam. Well, because I understand his thinking because it's it's kind of one dimensional. Kind of the same thing with the 3-point shot here. It's in a sense it's one dimensional. Just take the shot and throw it up in the air. Of course, I go back to the days before the 3-point shot. Nope. Aaron pass. That 1972 state second place finish for New Trier. He had a player that everyone was talking about as being such a great player, but he was a point guard in the age before that 3-point shot. He still had a lot of points, as I remember. I think through the playoffs, something like 34, 35 points. John Castino. And John ended up as American League Rookie of the Year baseball. But as a basketball player, he was a very solid point guard. But he didn't have the advantage of having a 3-point shot thrown in there. Up top, and Aaron pass, and Trevians have it. Canelos. Feller. Smith. And whoops, underneath, try again. And Logan Feller finishes it off with the deuce. Winding down the first half here. Kind of a lengthy first half. And final seconds. Rotation. Cross court on the pass into the paint. Gave it off, and then the foul. Put the ball on the floor, but drew the foul. Next week on the network, in real time, Trevians have the Glumberg North game at New Trier. Up top. And the run and gun. Nope, missed it. Second, put back. But I think the foul, so Canelos we'll have two shots here. Well, the vegan basket doesn't count. Gets the first. Infinity checks in. Give Vegan a rest to the final seconds of the third quarter. And the second one, no. Wildkits bring it back across the timeline. Trier and Evanston from E-Town. There are a lot of stories about how this rivalry has played out over the years. Fadeaway jumper, good for the deuce. And that'll do it for the quarter. And we played through three. Here in E-Town. I take that back. We're at halftime, but Trier leading it by 7, 27-20. And Trevians have inbounded the second half of this one. Vegan. Feller. Back to Fegan. And Canelos tried the baseline, tried to feed it off to Smith, and that was intercepted. Coming back. A little run and gun attempt, but that was stuffed. But is there a foul in there? No. Yes, there was. Take that back. It was Trier getting it off the stuff. Canelos. And now Smith. Kobe Smith. And the skyhook attempt. Nope. To the corner and lost the handle. Out of bounds. I think Evanston may have touched it last over there in the far corner. And Trier with the basketball. And timeout taken. Inbounded. Up top, Canelos. And the pass missed connections. Trevians get it back, though. Little sloppy play. Kick back out top. Canelos into the paint. Scoops it up and in. Both these schools, attendance-wise, number of students-wise, Evanston is the second largest school in the central suburban south. Trier the largest. Trier with about 3,900, and Evanston with about 3,600. Got the first of the free throws. And both with varied storied histories in their sports programs. And the rivalries in the various sports is certainly kind of proved that. From games that Northwestern University at the stadium, in football, and in basketball, and in baseball. Games that were decided by bizarre events. Stolen and Smith trying to go the distance, up and no. Loose on the floor, Matt Scrum. First and 10 at the 10-yard line here, and alternate possession. And I believe that's Evanston's ball. For instance, there was the 0-0 football game that was decided because the Evanston kicker didn't have his mouth guard in. And I want to say 2 years later, 3-0 game, yet again was decided because the Evanston kicker didn't have his mouth guard in. And both Trier and Evanston had storied players that played in the NFL in that football game. Basketball-wise, that 1968 Evanston team with Bob Lanier on it. Got the first. In 2000, New Trier Evanston game that was played here, or 99, that was played here. I mean, there was national coverage on that one. Over court cases and whatever. New Trier won the court cases and lost the basketball game. And came back and destroyed Evanston back at Old Gates Gym with a full house. Trevians with the basketball. They have the lead here. Canelos, Fagan, fadeaway jumper, Deucer from the charity stripe. And timeout taken. About 4.5 left to play. A little more than that, I guess. Here in the third quarter. Trevian lead at 8. Evanston with the basketball. And nope, heavy on the shot. Driving with the rebound. And the shot, yes, by Brown. Ian Brown with the deuce. Shot, no. Trevians have it. Feller going for the corner. Found it. And up and in by Fagan. And Trevians with, if my math is right, if what I'm seeing is right, I think they're up by 12 here. Loose on the floor. And jump ball. I think so. Alternate possession to the Trevians. Inbound and Fegan gave it back to Feller. Feller gave it off to Brown. Tried to find inside and wasn't a very smart attempt there. Into the paint, lost the handle. Trier picks it up. Across the timeline quickly. Feller gave it off to the corner, going for the three. Yes! Swishery for three by Ian Brown. Up and short. Trevians now up by 15. 14. Well, the Trevians have opened up a little space here in the third quarter. Fegan with the rebound. I don't know how many times I've had parents tell me all they care about is beating Evanston, the Trier parents, beating Evanston and doing so by a large percentage. And I've heard many parent come to me and talk about ETHS, and the importance of ETHS, and their victories. Off the Trevians, out of bounds, Wildkits basketball. On the rotation. And the drive, and no. Trevians with the rebound. It was Kobe Smith got the rebound. Canellos. Fegan. And shot not quite there for Feller. Tried to drive the baseline. Nope. And I think it touched the Trevian. Going out of bounds there. Appears to be. Finnerty. Yoshitani and LeMaster check in for the Trevians. Here late in the third quarter. Inbounded. And a foul on the push. Finnerty, I guess, with the foul. And checking in is Van Gork. Haven't seen a lot of Tyler in this particular game. Inbounded. Up and in for the deuce. Count it. And the foul. Fegan and Feller and Canellos check back in. 3-point play. Inbounded. Canelos dished it off. The shot, no, but he got fouled, so. But I guess it was on the floor. Trevians will inbound it. 1 minute, 4 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Lengthy game. Always is a lengthy game between New Trier and Evanston. The foul. New Trier will inbound again. Van Gorp up top. Feller. Canelos. At his pocket pick. And Fegan. Up top, Fegan. Top of the key. Shot, nope. And going for the three. Yes. Canelos. Feller. And stolen. And they're saying an intentional foul on Canelos. Stopping the run and gun. So he gets the 2 shots off the intentional, and then the Wildcats will get the basketball back. Missed the first. Made the second. Now the Wildcats will have the basketball at midcourt here. T inbound. Oh, not quite midcourt. E-Town inbounds. The few seconds left here in the quarter. And nope. Didn't get the shot away in time. So at the end of the third quarter, Trevians lead by 7 as we head to the fourth here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Wildcats have inbounded it. Trevians with the lead by 7, 8, something like 7, I think. Up and in for the deuce. Up ahead, trying to break the press. Canelos dished it off. And a little problem with it. Last touch by the Trevians, they say. And Wildcats with the basketball inbounded. Last few years, the big thing has been New Trier's size advantage over Evanston. And outside 3, nope. And I think they're saying, oh, there's a foul thrown in there. New Trier basketball. Fegan gave it a hit. Feller. Logan Feller. Canelos. Canelos into the paint. Dished it off. Going for the three. Swishery for three by Feller. And it looked like there might have been a foul. In addition, Fegan. The question is on Fegan, but I don't know if they're calling the foul there. Count the basket. And Nutcher gets the basketball underneath on the foul. So Feller will inbound it. Fegan. And nearly has pocket pick. Canelos. Back top, going for the three. Swishery for three. Hey, Ian Brown, I think, got that one. Yeah. No, big 5-point swing here for the Trevians. Advantage and a little deuce. About it. Canelos. Got to hurry it across that timeline there. They did manage it in time. Feller. Into the corner. And a timeout taken by the Trevians. Full timeout. 5:26 left to play in the quarter. Trevians lead at 9. You're on the network. Glad to have you, wherever it may be, on our network line. YouTube, and so forth. Canelos. And a foul on the Trevians off the ball. Now inbounded. And outside three is Swishery for three. And a foul. Or was it a timeout before the foul called? I think it was. 6-point lead. 5 minutes exactly left to play. On ahead on the pass, but there's a foul on the inbound. And Trevians will inbound again. Applying a little pressure on the ball. Canelos on ahead. And the foul. The basket won't count. Yeah, everyone talks now about our playing at Welsh Ryan. And the Welsh Ryan game, maybe a little more than 2,000. Back in the days when we first started playing at Welsh Ryan, there were 8,000 in there. Back in 2001, 2002, 2003. I think we started in 2002 was the first year of that. Canelos actually was at a point where there were so few fans it didn't make any sense to play it in there. They moved them both to the high schools, and now one game is played at Welsh Ryan. Although I don't know that next year they'll do that because of the new gym at New Trier West, or New Trier rather. Logan Feller gets his first. Got the second. And then Evanston likes to play this game here in the pit in honor of Bob Bost. New Trier with the basketball. And the lead. Here in the fourth quarter. 4 minutes and about 30 some odd seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Canelos. And New Trier going to take a timeout. .401 left to play. Trevians lead at 8. Feller gave it to Canelos, back to Feller. Feller found the lane. A 10-point Trevian lead. Going for the three. No, heavy. Smith with the rebound. And whoopsie. Hands of Clay. In tight, takes the shot, made it, and the foul. Nope. And foul. And Trevians will get a one hand. And the foul going for the rebound. Ian Brown will go to the line on the one hand bonus. And missed the front end of it. Loose on the floor and bouncing around a little bit. And Evanston basketball. Or Evanston will get the one hand. So the Wildkits with one hand. And missed the front end of it. Ian Brown with the rebound. And Canelos dished it off over to the far side up top. Feller gave it off Smith. rotation, Feller, Smith, Canellos, Feller, Smith. Trevians taking a little time off the clock, it looks like. Canellos, and he got fouled. And Canellos will go to the line. Evan Canellos with a one hand. Gets the first. Gets the second. Little run and gun attempt. Count it, and the foul on the block. .228 left to play. You're in the fourth quarter. Couple of substitutions. And got the first. Or second, I guess. Trevian with the basketball, Smith. And Smith gets, or take that back, Ian Brown gets fouled. And Ian Brown will go to the line. Missed the first super bonus time. Missed the first. Made the second. .225 or so left to play in the game, fourth quarter. Little run and gun deuce. Yeah, the foul, and Logan Feller go to the line. This is typical Evanston play as they get down the stretch here. It's worked very well for them over the last couple of years. Is send the teams in the last 2-3 minutes when you're down, send them to the line as much as they can. there's some logic in that in high school play, I guess, because a lot of players will make 1 or 2 or so forth. And foul. Canelos with the foul. He missed the first. Couple of substitutions. Made the second. Trevians basketball underneath. And again, the full court press by the Wildkits here. Outlet pass for Fegan. And Fegan got fouled on the floor before he got the basket. And Jake Fegan goes to the line for a 2. Jake gets first. And got them both. And going for the 3. Yep. Switchery for 3. Timeout taken. And minute 54 left to play. Trevians' lead is at 6. Canelos. Whoa. And 10-second violation. And Wildkits will have the basketball here. Wildkits with the basketball. Trevians with the lead. Up top. Little fadeaway jumper short. Loose on the floor, picked up by the Trevians. And the foul. And Kobe Smith goes to the line for a new trick. A little discussion. I think it's 5 fouls. The reason for this little timeout here. So Kobe Smith goes to the line. Yeah. first and 15 to play in the fourth quarter. Typical new Trier Evanston game here tonight. Tied the baseline up and short. Trevians got the rebound. And the foul. Or did Trevians take a timeout before the foul? Appears to be. Minute 2 left to play. Trevians lead 56-49. Feller kicked it back out. Trevians going to work the clock here. And the foul. 46 seconds approximately left to play here in the fourth quarter. Yeah, the first. Missed the second. Bicknor and the deuce and the foul. And the foul on Ian Brown. And got it. Couple of substitutions. 37 seconds now left to play. Trevians with the lead. And the foul. And Logan Feller to the line. Missed the first. 31 seconds left to play. Missed them both. And from the outside, switchery for three. And timeout taken by Evanston. Two-point Trevian lead. Trevians will inbound. And the foul. And Logan Feller will go to the line. I think they wanted to make sure they fouled Logan after what he did last time he was at the charity stripe. And he missed the first. Take over Evanston. I'd almost take a timeout here. really freak the Trevians out. But I mean, I'm saying that as a broadcaster, not as a fan, whatever, you know. And he missed them both again. Brought out high. Evanston going to take a timeout. 10 seconds exactly left to play. Trevians with a 2-point lead. Wildkits will inbound. The faithful here in E-Town. There's a 3 attempt that was off everything, and that's it. And the Trevians win by 2, 57-55. This is Mark Braun. Hope you enjoyed this broadcast. A wild and woolly one tonight, as always, between New Trier and E-Town. Trevians win at 57-55. Hope you enjoyed this broadcast. And we say, as always, thanks for watching, and so long, everybody. This has been the Metro Chicago Sports Network copyrighted presentation, all rights reserved.